She just went and told my mom and told the police that I raped her. What do you mean y'all? He was dating me at the same time.
Girl, you fine and yeah, you fine. That's why you pretend like diamond.
What's up, y'all? Back at it again with another video. Today we are going to do a story time while I go through my clothes, cause I'm getting ready to go back to Orlando. So yeah, honestly, I'm trying to leave my hair down so y'all can see me looking cute, but it's giving though. Ain't gonna. So I'm gonna put my hair in between. But anyway, so this story time is going to be about how I found out my ex-boyfriend, and he was also my first ever boyfriend, how he cheated on me. So first of all, just a little period. But anyway, so let's get right into the video. So first of all, y'all, I got this big, humongous bucket of clothes right here, and I'm trying to go through it because first of all, it's a whole bunch of clothes downstairs. My mom been washing my clothes since I had COVID. So yeah, anyway, so as y'all can see, I gotta go through and see what I'm gonna take up there and what I'm gonna leave down here. Cause I'm also gotta get new clothes so I can do a haul for y'all. So I gotta go through my clothes. But anyway, so let's get right into this story. So it was sophomore year. So y'all, it's 2022 right now. So it was like 2019, 2018. I look ugly, y'all. Let me show y'all. I'm probably gonna put some up here. I was disgusted. Like, I was like 16. Like, it was giving though. Anyway, I don't even know how. But honestly, my sophomore year was the most jumping like I had. Like, people try to talk to me like, I don't even understand why, because I look so ugly. Like, what I look like right now, I am like that. So I'm trying to figure out. Come on, y'all. Come on. Like, why? But anyway, so I think one of my friends, we gonna call her, because she's actually in this story. So we're gonna call her C, because I'll be getting stuff mixed up. So we're gonna call her C. Actually, we can call her Cece. So me and Cece was friends, and I think my birthday had passed or something like that. So I had turned 16, whatever. And she posted like this low bolo, because you know this is when low bolos was like people would do stuff like that. So she posted like a low bolo thing. It was like a video with like a whole bunch of pictures of me or whatever. And for those who don't know, I have COVID, so I am still a little congested. So if you hear me talking going like that, I'm trying to breathe. Anyway, so yeah. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? She posted it, she added me, and this is on Snap. Mind you, I don't even use Snap now, but I used Snap back then. And she posted me or whatever. I'm like, okay, period. And people was just trying to talk to me. Like, I was just telling, like, I was like getting text. I'm like, hold up, like, I ain't used to this. So I'm like, okay, whatever, child. You know, I'm taking everybody back. You know what I'm saying? I was entertaining. I was in my, like, you know, my intro-3 stage. Like, period. I was just texting back people, like, entertaining them, blah, blah, blah. And it was this one boy. I was like, okay, he was cute. I forgot what school he went to, but he was a senior and I was a sophomore. So I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? He cute, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna text him back. So I'm texting him. And he was my favorite one out of all of this. So, you know, once I get a favorite, I be forgetting to text the rest back. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm waiting for you to text me back. Like, you find me in right now, like, text back. Like, I don't even care about them. Like, it's you. But we had like start talking, and it kind of got serious. So I kind of cut everybody off, and I was just talking to him. So he was very sweet to me. Like, he was way, like, I don't want to say way older than me, but he was like, I think I was like 16. He was like 18, something like something like that. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Period. You know, okay. You know, it's not at this point we're talking, but like, I wouldn't say, because technically we wasn't together, because he was like, oh, I want to make it special, I want to ask you or whatever, and he like planned on doing it, but he just never got to it before. But back to story, he was very sweet, very kind to me, and you know what I'm saying, like, he would come see me, like, he would come to my school and come like visit me after school, because I stayed at school and stuff like that, and all that stuff. And like, I think we started sharing locations. He was always FaceTiming me. Like, my y'all, this is very important, we was always on the phone. Like, when he would call me if he was at work, if he was at his best friend's house, or if he was home. He wouldn't call me at school, obviously, because he would leave right after school. So he would I think he had a car, so he would just like after school job, he would either go to his best friend's house, home, or he go to work. And he always FaceTime me everywhere he went. So yeah, so I'm like, you know, period. We ain't gonna get too much into it, but I didn't get in trouble. So I had to get my phone taken, and I told him we had to like break up. It was really sad, it was like all that stuff, and but he was going to the army anyway after he graduated. He was a senior, so he was graduating that year. So I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I was heartbroken. Y'all could ask all my friends. I was, oh my gosh, like, y'all. But we had still talked a little bit or whatever, and until he left. And when he left, I forgot, he left right after graduation. So it was like maybe like something like that. He invited me to his graduation party, but I couldn't go. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm like, alright, y'all. Y'all mind y'all. We was cute together. I think I put like some pictures up there of us or whatever, channel. And so I'm like, maybe like, y'all, not even a week after he leaves, Cece texts me and she like, Ariel, some girl is trying to talk to you and she claims to be, we gonna call him Steve. She claimed to be Steve's girlfriend. I said, huh? Excuse me? She claimed to be who? Like, I'm looking like, bro, I'm looking like, what? Bro, she claimed to be who? Girlfriend? I'm like, absolutely not. I'm looking like, what? She's like, she texted her, we gonna call her Ava. So Ava texted Cece talking about some, are you Ariel's friend? And so Cece like, yes, like, and she's like, can I talk to you? You have her information? I really need to talk to her. I want to tell her about Steve, and she was dating. What she said? Steve was dating me and her at the same time. I said, huh? So I told Cece, I said, Cece, you can give her my information because at this point I'm interested. I'm like, what do you mean? Girl, who are you? And why are you talking about that? She's talking about me, and why he was talking to me like, girl, who are you? Like, no, like, who are you? Like, excuse me? Like, what? So I'm like, okay, you know, give me my little child. So she talking to me. I think at first we texted, she was like, hi, I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, but Steve was dating me and you at the same time, and I figured it out, and I wanted to tell you after he left because yada 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 yada. I'm like, girl, what? Like, girl, what is you talking about? Like, what do you mean he talking? What do you mean he was dating me at the same time? So she was talking about some, what did she say? She was like, yes, I knew about you, and I knew that he would come to your school, because she's like said my school and everything. She was like, don't you go to Suncoast? And I'm like, how do you know that? She's like, yeah, because he would come up there and he would tell me that he was visiting his cousin at that school and da da da. I'm looking like, girl, what? Like, girl, how you know that? Like, I'm looking like, wait a minute, hold on, because how do you know that? And I'm like, bro, what? And she's like, yes. And remember, if he would tell you that he was at his best friend's house, that was my house, he would be at my house, da 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 da. And I'm looking like, what? I'm like, yes, like, and you would have never knew he was cheating because he shared his location with you. He shared his location with me. I also forgot to tell y'all, I am so sorry, because I forgot a couple things as I was watching this. But me and him, in the early stages of us talking, we had a situation. And now that I'm thinking about it and looking over the story, we had a situation because I think he told me something. He lied to me and he blocked me, and because he was like, oh, I'm finna go out with my mom. Something, and I can't have my phone. Mind you, boy, you 18. What you mean you can't have your phone? Anyway, so I'm like, what? And I had seen that he blocked me because he was being dumb. Let me tell you how idiotic he was. He was being so dumb because he blocked me so I couldn't see his story, but he left Cece on. He didn't block Cece.
You idiot. You're honestly an idiot.
He would have been smart if he blocked Cece. He didn't block Cece. So Cece saw a story. She screenshotted me, and it was like a video of him sleep and some girl holding the phone like next to him, like they had just like finished punching and munching. So they did something in his bed sleep. And so, mind you, let me remind y'all, me and him wasn't together exclusively yet. We was like almost there, but not all the way there. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, because I still was like texting other people, but I was mainly texting him. I was mainly with him, but we was kind of getting to the point where we was about to start talking for real exclusively. We don't talk to nobody else. So he had did that, right? And so I waited till he texted me later. And at first I like nothing happened. So I was like, I want to see if he gonna tell me. And I seen that he didn't tell me, so I had confronted him about it. It's like, yeah, so you're doing this, and it's giving. If you want to be where you be where, child, you don't gotta be with me. Don't be talking to me. But if we're like, yeah, I'm texting other people, but I'm not going to go see nobody. You going to see people. You in this girl house, like yada yada yada. And I was like, one thing about me, I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna stay with you. So you let me know, because if you want to do what you want to do, I can do what I want to do, and we don't gotta do this. Like we don't gotta do this. And he was like, no, like da, da, da. He was like, no, like, I don't want to lose you. I don't want you to leave. Like, I'm done. I'm like, I'm not playing with you. I will leave. He was like, no, I don't want you to leave. Like, da, 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 da. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm finna, like, I had to just went to talk to her about something, and one thing led to another. But honestly, I told her that I didn't want to be with her anymore, and I guess she felt like she had to, like, be up on me or, like, do something with me for me to stay. And I told her that I didn't want to, like, do anything, because da da da. And now I think about it, that was his ex-girlfriend, Ava. And I guess Ava and him was together, and they broke up, but it was still messing with each other a little on the low or whatever. And when he went over there to tell her, like, I'm not messing with you, I'm not doing this with you, I guess they ended up sleeping together or whatever. And he was like da 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 and whatever. And I guess she was like, oh, da da da, because she told me, she was like, she thought that if she had sex with him, that he would stay. But he told her, like, I'm not staying with you, I was coming to really say goodbye. But I told him, like, I'm not gonna be doing with you, because I'm not competing with nobody. You don't compete here. I don't compete. This not no race. It's either me or nobody else.
This ain't a race, but I still take first place.
Period. Like, I'm not doing this with you. So after that, he was like, bruh, I promise you, he was begging. He was like, please don't leave me, please, I'm sorry, da 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 da. Like, I don't want to be with this girl, I want you, this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. And that's when he shared his location with me. And I promise y'all, everywhere he went, he either called me or he texted me. He told me where he was, who he was with. Every single time. I didn't have to ask him, I didn't have to say nothing. He just did it, like, every single time. So that's why I'm like, what you mean? What you mean? So yeah, he was like, I promise y'all, he was like literally always on me. Like, he was always telling me where he was, and I commend him for that, because I'm like, okay, you really showed that you changed. So really, I'm really like, this boy ain't cheating on me. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this boy telling me where he at all the time, every time, single time of the day. I'm like, bruh. So when she came at me with the information, talking about she knew my location, and I was saying that he was dating her, I'm like, you got to be lying, because what? Anyway, back to the story. I always see where he was going, and I know, like, da da da, and he made it seem like he didn't cheat, but he did. He was dating me and you, da da da. Mind you, I was with this boy for like 3 months, so I was just like, what? What? Like, it's not making sense. And I'm like, she's telling me all of this, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I'm like, think about it, like, how did she, like, he had to be dating her or something, because she knew all this information about me. So I'm like, what is happening? And she mentioned the graduation party. She was like, yeah, he said he was having his graduation party and he was going to invite me. And in my head, I'm like, so he was going to invite both of us? Like, I'm like, oh, this is giving so much ghetto energy. Like, I just can't take this. Like, it's too much. Like, I'm looking like, what? And so she's like, can I call you? And I'm like, sure. Like, she called me, she told me, or she started crying on the phone. She's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he did this to me. I loved him, and I can't believe he was dating us at the same time. Da da da. He said he loved me. He said this, that, and the other, and da da da. And I was just like, dang, this boy really, like, was dating us. Like, at that point, I had gave in to the fact. I'm like, she's crying on the phone, like, oh my gosh. I'm like, she's not, like, she's serious. Like, and I'm talking about boo-boo crying, y'all. I'm not talking about, like, fake tears. Like, she boo-boo crying on his phone. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, and I'm trying to be like, if you're crying, I'm gonna console you. I'm not trying to console her, like, it's okay, like, yada yada yada, child. I'm trying to tell her, like, girl, it's okay, like, you know, everything gonna be alright. She's like, yeah. And she's like, and I'm gonna tell his parents that he had sex with me, and I'm gonna tell them that I'm 16 years old and that their son had sex with me. And this one, I'm looking like, wait a minute now.
Well, hold on on that. Hold on.
But she was older than me, so I'm like, I was talking about, she was a junior. So I'm looking like, okay, girl, well, you going far. Like, you stretching, like, you look crazy. But I'm like, girl, she mad, child, so, period. But I ain't think she go. You know, people say that out of anger, so I'm like, she ain't gonna do that for real, but she just mad, but, you know, whatever. And so she's talking to me about it. I'm just like, well, it's okay, and I comfort her. And like, you know, we was gonna become friends, like, da, da, da. And I'm like, okay, you know, hung up the phone with her. Y'all, I tell y'all, I started crying because I was like, I really didn't have no time to really take in information because I'm over here consoling her because, you know, she cried on the phone, like she sad, like she heartbroken, like, and I just started crying because I really like that boy. I was like, dang, like. He was there, me and his girl at the same time. He told me he loved me, child. Like, he did all that, like. So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking this might be for real. Like, dang, he came, like, he would come and drive, because we was kind of far from each other. It was like 30 minutes from each other. So he would drive 30 minutes to come see me and say hi to me. He would be on the phone with me all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, da, da, da. And I would just start crying. I was just so sad. And then I got mad. So I was like, bro, whoa, I just slapped the mess out of myself. Bruh, okay, but back to the story because I'm like, dang, like, you know, but I got mad.
I'm angry. You hear me? I'm angry. I'm angry.
Mad because I'm like, wait a minute, now, because I was a good girlfriend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, I got in trouble because of him. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, man. Come on now. Like, I was mad. And I remember that because he had gave me a shirt. And me and my sister, we cut the shirt up. I still got pictures. I'll probably put them up here. Because I was not having it, y'all. Because I was mad. I'm like, you had the audacity to have a whole other girlfriend? Like, why would you do that? Like, no, I was mad. So I'm like, I'm done. Like, at that point, I had kind of got over it. Because one thing about me, once I feel my emotions, I could be over it. Like, I'm done. Like, I don't, like I'm going to be over it. So I'm like, cool. I sent him a video too of me saying like I'm done with him. Like, why would you ever do that? I was good to you and you had a whole other girlfriend. You ain't even tell me about like da da da. So, you know, some months. I'm talking about months past, right? And I get a text on Snap and I go back and it's him texting me. I'm looking like, what is he texting me for? And he texted me like nothing happened. He was like, hey babe, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I miss you so much. Da, da, da. I'm looking like, babe.
Babe? I'm not your babe.
Babe? Who is your babe? Because it ain't me, sweetie. Like, what? What? No. No. What? What? No. I'm looking like, absolutely not. So I'm texting him like, babe, I am not your babe. Did you not get none of my videos that I sent you? He was like, no, what are you talking about? What happened? And I told him, I said, yeah, you got caught. You thought you was slick. You had 2 girlfriends. You was dating me and Ava at the same time. Yeah, you thought I wasn't gonna find out about that, huh? And he was like, what? Like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, da da da. He was like, bro, who told you that? And I told him, and he was like, bro. And I'm like, what? He was like, bro, I promise you, she's crazy, bro. Like, I did not date her. You were the only girl I was dating. Me and her used to date, and I used to be my girlfriend. I broke up with her. But we still had classes and stuff like that. And I would tell her about you because, obviously, I was dating you. So I was telling her about you, how much I liked you, and this, that, and the other because we were still friends. And she would get all mad and get all bitter and stuff like that. And I didn't like that because he's like, why you don't like her, you try to tell me to break up with her and she didn't even do that to you. Like, you get mad and I'm talking to her and I cut her off. First off, I want to say, now I think about it, as my man, yeah, you better call. Yeah, because she ain't messing with me. Okay, yeah, you better call. First of all, period. Because first of all, period, if your man don't do that, he needs to go. If it's some girl around him that's hating on his girlfriend and don't want her around because she mad, she needs to go. The door is over there. Like, I'm not gonna be doing this with you. And I'm so glad that man did that. My man did that. Period. I just had to say that because I'm gonna give him he deserved that. He definitely deserved that for that. Because period. Anyway, back to the story. And she was mad about that. And we stopped being friends. So I'm looking like, you know, I'm like, I'm not finna trust what he gotta say. Y'all, y'all know that these men be lying out here. I'm lying about you. Boy, what are you talking about? Like, and mind you, I'm at my sister's house, so I'm telling her everything. And I'm like, girl, this what he said. And then I started thinking. I was like, wait a minute. Her story don't add up. Because I was like, wait, you said, she told me every time he was at his best friend's house, he was at her house. Mind y'all, his best friend and them, they was Hispanic. This girl was Asian. Either she adopted or, because 2 plus 2 is equal to 5 right now. Because, wait a minute. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, hold on. This don't make no sense. Then I said, wait a minute. He would FaceTime me at his best friend's house. Mind you, I had his location. I'm not saying I'm a stalker, but I would look at his location frequently. Like I told y'all, he was either at home, at school, or at his best friend's house. And his best friend stayed at the same place. And I would see, his best friend and this other boy, I forgot his name, but him. And he would FaceTime me when he was at any place he was at, he was calling me. So I'm like, that don't make no sense. And like, it's not like he would call me and like change up. Like, he called me and said, babe, like, like talking to me like I'm his girlfriend. So I'm like, hold on, that don't make no sense that she just said that, because that means you knew he was dating me or something, because that don't make no sense. And so I'm like, hold on, her story not adding up. But then I was like, wait a minute, but how would she know that he would come and see me at Suncoast? So I'm talking to him about it. He told me, he was like, bro, because I told him what she said. He was like, bro, I don't know what she's talking about, but that is not true. You know that I was on FaceTime with you every time I went to my best friend's house. And she's like, and he was like, and she knows that I went to go see you after school because I told her. Because before we were friends, and I was telling her about you and where I would go, and I would go see you and stuff like that. And she was getting angry and upset because I was with you and stuff like that, and I was going out my way to see you and stuff like that. And she just didn't like the fact that I was with you. Mind y'all, I forgot to say in there. So the whole thing was he dated Ava, right? They broke up. I was the first girl he dated after her. So in her head, he left her for me. So she was mad about that. So, which made sense, because as y'all can tell, just looking at this, she crazy. She got some problems for him. Anyway, so yeah, back to the story. And I ain't gonna lie, he started making sense. And I was like, oh my God. And I said, and that made sense why he would invite both of us to a graduation party. So I'm like, it wouldn't make no sense if he had both of us at the same time. Why would he invite both of us to the graduation party? That makes no sense. Like, you want to get caught up. Like, that makes no sense. So I'm like, I low-key started to believe him. And even my sister, she started believe him too. And I was like, and then he was like, bro, she's crazy. She just went and told my mom and told the police that I raped her. What the fuck? Like, she what? She what? Like, I said, repeat that again. He was like, bro, she went to my parents and she went to police and she tried to say I raped her while we were together. We was having consensual sex. We were together. She's lying to them. I'm like, oh, and I didn't remember, y'all. She said that. And I'm thinking she lied. And she was so dead serious. She was not playing with me. I was like, oh no. I'm like, okay. But before I could completely believe him, I was like, let me text this girl, because like I told y'all, men be lying and they be saying a lot of things that don't be true. And I don't know, but he was making so much sense. So I'm like, I don't know who to believe right now, because 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. And I don't understand how we getting 5 right now. Like, I don't understand. So I texted her. I said, okay, if she was dating him the same time I was dating him, I know that she had to have pictures and videos of them together, because duh, like, you know what I'm saying? I have pictures and videos, and if that's my boyfriend, yeah, I'm gonna take pictures and videos of us while we together. So I'm like, all right, let me text her, because don't ask me why I never asked her that before. But anyway, I was like, okay, let me text this girl, let me see if she got proof. And my sister was like, yeah, text her, see what she say. So I'm like, all right, let me text her. Y'all, I text her, right? I'm like, hey girl, blah. I didn't even tell her that he came back. I didn't tell her that he texted me or anything. I was like, Hey girl, do you have any pictures and videos of when you and what we call him? Steve. And you and Steve was together? She was like, oh yeah, I have some. I deleted some, but I do still have some left over of us or whatever. Da, da, da. So I'm alright, cool. She sent them to me. Y'all. Steve had hair. Okay? Yeah, he had long hair when I was dating him. When I was dating him, his hair was like here, like it was long. She sent me like pictures, and it was old, like pictures of his, and it was old. And I knew that was old because his hair. I could tell by the look of his hair that it was old because I know how long his hair was when he was with me, and it was short. So I'm like, girl, what? And the only recent one was like a graduation picture that they took, which makes sense. They probably like, you know what I'm saying? Graduation, I know me when I graduated. People that I didn't talk to or at Baylor like that graduate, like in the year at graduation, I took a picture with them. I gave him a hug, like his graduation. I'm not gonna see you again, like type, like you know what I'm saying? Especially because he was going to the army, and it was so platonic. Like they literally had a picture standing next to each other in graduation. Like, so I'm like, girl, this girl, I'm mad because like this girl had lied to me and told me this foolishness because that just didn't make no sense. I said if you was dating him for 3 months around the same time I was dating him, you would have pictures and videos. All this is old, like, because like I told y'all, that was his ex-girlfriend. So this is like pictures and videos of when they was together before. So I'm like, and I did ask her, do you have any pictures and videos of when he was with me, like when he was with me and you? She was like, no, I deleted them, da da da. I'm like, that, but you got old pictures and videos of him, and you got this graduation picture with him. That don't make no sense. It was not adding up, and the math was not mathing to me. I was like, no, somebody lied, and I feel like it's her. She lied. She gotta be lying to me because, girl, what? Like, you gotta be lying. Like, so at this point, I believe him. I'm like, oh my gosh, I done stopped talking to this boy. I done been mad. I done cut up this boy's shirt and all that. Like, girl, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, because I thought he cheated on me, girl. I was done with him. I was so done with him. I was like, no, I'm done. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. So we started talking again. I still was like, I'm not gonna completely let my guard down because you never know. He really could have still been cheating on me. So I was like, okay. But I still started talking to him again or whatever. Child, he started acting. He was doing so good. And then so one day something just like changed. Like, he started just talking so crazy to me, like, like, oh, I only use you for sex and da 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 da. I'm looking like, we didn't even have sex, man. Do nothing. All I did was kiss you. What are you talking about? You use me for sex? That don't make no sense. So I'm looking like, boy, he's also, oh, I was just playing. I'm like, boy, you was not playing. Why aren't you sitting up and lying to me? Like, boy, you was not playing. So I had to start talking to him, and he kept on like trying to talk to me, and I blocked him, right? But maybe like a month later, try to come back. He texted me on my number. I'm like, bruh, what? Talking to me, saying some foolishness. Some he loved me, he in love with me, he missed me, this, that, and the other. I'm like, boy, get out my phone. And he was just being so weird, and I had blocked him with my number. Here you go again, making new accounts and trying to text me. Boy, if you don't leave me alone, bruh, it was so ghetto, like, bruh. And I had blocked that girl too because she was just like, is he talking to you? Is he being with you? Is he? I'm like, girl, no, you can't ask me no questions because you sit up and lying to me. I'm not gonna be doing this with none of y'all. And I'm just like, no. And I blocked everybody on all accounts, and that is the end of that story. So. Child, so I really don't know actually if he cheated on me for real, but it was a whole scandal, and he just started acting very weird. He was lying, like stuff like that, and I'm like, so now I can't trust you, so I don't even know if you really did cheat on me or not while we together. So honestly, yeah. And he was my first boyfriend. I would say the closest thing I had to a boyfriend since like for real, like even until now, the closest thing I had to a boyfriend. So I was like, it was beautiful so much. He's actually, I think he was the guy that I talked to the longest out of everybody, like, that I've ever messed with, even to now. So yeah, girl, he tried to do that foolishness again. I think it was Valentine's Day. He texted me of 2021, talking about so, oh, I want to see you, I miss you, I haven't seen you in so long, and I brought you a gift. I'm like, what you brought me something for? I haven't seen you in a year. Like, what are you buying me stuff for? Like, no, I'm not coming to get this, and you're not gonna see me. I was like, and then I was talking to somebody. I was about to start talking to somebody else. So I was like, no. Why are you even? Then that's when you got blocked. Cause I'm like, why are you? Why are you even talking to me? Why are you even associating yourself with me? Like, it was giving so much ghetto. But that's the end of my story time. That story time was all that. But I told y'all my life is boring. But that was my story time of the guy I talked to. I ain't gonna lie. I should make a series of all the guys I talked to and how it happened and how it failed, because y'all just wouldn't believe the things that people have said to me, done to me. Girl, y'all would be looking like, and I know I'll be looking like that myself. Like, it don't make no type of sense. But basically, yeah, that's the end of the story, child. Rule number 1, don't trust these army men because they be lying. Rule number 2, these basketball players be lying too because they play basketball. I mean, I'm gonna still talk to the basketball players, so I'm being a hypocrite. But still, y'all be safe though. Be safe though. So yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all comment what y'all want to see next, and we're gonna get into it, y'all. So I hope y'all have a great day. Love y'all.
Moved to Miami and caught me a boat. Hope my fiends don't stop doing coke.